Welcome back to another Partnership Realty class. My name is Ismael Alvarez. I'm the broker of Partnership Realty. We have another phenomenal class today on how to pre-qualify your clients. Now this works very well, again, if you represent a buyer, or what if you represent a seller? It goes both ways. You really need to know what's going on in this transaction, in your deal, from the beginning of the stage to the very end. So today we're going to really mostly focus in on a buyer's point of view, but sellers, if you're a listing agent, this is extremely important, just as wise. So we're going to go over today. Today's really an advanced class. An advanced class is actually easier than a basic class. Now we've done many basic classes before that you can go into YouTube. Just go to Partnership Realty, put down how to pre-qualify a client, and it's going to go into very detailed of every step of the pre-qualification procedures. But today you're going to realize that the word advanced probably means harder or anything like that. Actually, it's not. It's truly a lot easier, and you'll understand that in just a couple of minutes when we're done with the end of this class here. So I want to go over again on some of the basic steps. And one of the things in our basic step here is the importance, okay, of being a realtor. Being a realtor consists of, Partnership Realty is a 100% commission company. So we're a true 100% commission company because you do not pay any monthly fees to work with us. There's no desk fees, no franchise fees, no hidden fees. You don't even pay for errors and omissions. We have a total of 10 different locations. These are not virtual office. These are real office. We've got receptionists there. We've got computers. And all of our realtors, we have over 800 realtors, okay? All of our realtors can have keys to any of our locations. They begin from Port St. Lucie, and they go down. They're in Boca Raton, they're in Wellington, they're here in West Palm, they're in Del Rey, they're in the island of Palm Beach on the ocean. They're also in Dade County as well too. So our realtors can use any of these office at any given point, because if you got a client in Port St. Lucie and you live here in Boca, so when you're up around Port St. Lucie, there's the key. You're going to go in there, sit down with your client. You know, you're going to go over your CMAs. You're going to go over the contract and write it up and so forth. But again, vice versa. If you're in Port St. Lucie and you're going to go down to Dade County, regardless, we even cover your errors and omissions. We cover everything. You only pay something with us when either you sell something, one straight flat fee, or whenever you rent something, one straight flat fee. Broker support, managerial support is 7 days a week. We are available to you guys 7 days a week to help our realtors make sure that we protect our clients' interests from the beginning to the end. What is the client's interest? It's actually the transaction, their escrow deposit. That's our job, is to protect the client and make sure this is the most pleasant experience that they can have. So here we are at Partnership Realty, a true 100% company offering, everything from the office support, technology. We've got it all, everything that you're looking for. We've been around for over 22 years, so we're obviously doing something extremely right. So we're glad to have you realtors with us. It's a pleasure having you guys and me being a broker for you guys. And again, you guys have questions, do call me. If I don't answer, just text me, and I always answer all my texts back 7 days a week. I've been doing this for 22 years. I am not going to change my philosophy on doing business. Now, we're not going to talk anymore about 100% commission. We're going to talk about being a 100% realtor. The best realtor there is in the market, okay? 100% true realtor. How is that going to, again, this is my opinion solely, but my opinion works. It's been working for 22 years, and we have all this phenomenal. We're closing a lot of deals on a monthly basis, weekly basis, okay? So we're going to show you how to be the best realtor there is, 100% realtor in the state of Florida, because you're licensed for the state of Florida. 50% of your success is going to come from understanding the financial world, how to pre-qualify somebody, how to understand their financial needs, and make sure that that loan officer, that bank, is fulfilling their financial needs, okay? And again, it doesn't matter if you represent the buyer or the seller. It's extremely important on both sides of the fence. What if you represent the seller? Well, the seller is counting on you as the professional, the realtor, that this file is going to go through smoothly and everything's going to come out fine because this seller has already given a deposit down on another property and they need their primary or this particular property to close so they can do a closing on either a simultaneous closing or a closing afterwards on the other property. So understanding the financial world in my book is 50% of your career. 48% is just you being you. I want you guys to be you. I want you guys to be a professional because DBPR, the Division of Real Estate, the Real Estate Commission, says that we are, and we truly are. And I, Ismael Alvarez, the broker, I also say that we're professionals, okay? We are here to make sure we treat our clients with the highest, most respect, that we treat them with the best knowledge, the best office support, the technology. I want to make sure that we're protecting this client and their escrow deposit from the beginning all the way to the end. You need to have product knowledge. You need to answer your phones. You need to know your farming area. That's 48% of your success. You're between 50 and 48, you're already at 98%. You're at 2% away. Now, I've done many of classes on contracts, how to fill out an as-is contract, understanding the contract laws, understanding the financing laws. You've got to understand all that. But let's say that you're extremely busy, like we have many realtors here that are closing many transactions per month, and they really don't have the time to do the administrative work. Well, guess what? We've got a full TC department that handles everything from the beginning, once you submit your offer, all the way to the very end, to the CTC. What is a CTC? Probably the most beautiful words you could ever hear from a realtor's ears. Clear to close. That means we're closing, we're making our commission, our buyers buying their home, our sellers getting their funds to purchase another home. So let the TC department, the transaction coordinators, let them handle everything for you. Okay? So that, in my book, that's only 2%. Why? I'm very busy. I want to be doing more marketing. I want to be doing more things that I love to do. I like to play golf. I like to go fishing. God knows, spend more time with my kids, my family. Just do more things that I think are more productive as well. So again, you don't have to use our TC department. If you like to do the administrative work, then certainly you're more welcome to do it. But if you don't have to. So again, I put 2% emphasis on that. Where other agencies put about a 90% emphasis, and they'll tell you because you're a brand new realtor, and they'll say, oh my goodness, you really can't make a high commission split because you don't even know what an as-is contract is. Well, why don't you teach me? Teach us what it is, an as-is contract. Teach me to understand an as-is contract. Teach me how to negotiate an as-is contract. Teach me how to present an offer. Teach me about the contract laws, the financing laws. Teach me everything there is to know. And we teach these classes for free. We've got them live that you can come sit here in our classrooms, whether you're in Dade County, you're in Palm Beach County, you're in Port St. Lucie County. Come sit here, convert it into a workshop. We'll be very pleased and glad to work with you. We follow all the CDC guidelines. We've got a cleaning company here sterilizing this office at every given moment. We have full crews. You can even look us up at Partnership Realty and look and see what we're doing to keep our office safe for our realtors and our clients so we can conduct good business. Okay? So again, what are the questions that every single buyer has? Well, what do you think, how much money do you think I'm going to really need for the purchase of this home, and what do you think that my monthly payment is going to come out to? Because this is all we can afford. We really don't want to go over it. So this is extremely important, and I'm going to show you guys how to figure this out with about a 3-step process. So simple. But I just want to go over some basic class. This is going to be a really short class today, but it's going to be a very basic class. It's an advanced class in my book because once you have the understanding of the first class or the second class that I've done already, which are considered the basic class, the advanced class is so much easier because we know all about these loans. We know all about the conventional loans, the FHA loans, the VA loans, and so forth. The portfolio loans, we know all about the hard equity loans. We know about all of that. So I'm going to teach you guys today the advanced class and how quickly, with the 3-step process, that we can pre-qualify somebody and how easy it is. So let's open up our next page here. And I'm going to show you guys something here again. Well, before I do that here, again, the real estate world circles, and I mean truly circles, around the financial world. You guys need to know exactly what's going on at any given moment. Can you imagine if your client comes to you, whoever you represent, buyer or seller, and says to you, "Hi, Mr. Alvarez," you know, the realtor, I'm putting myself as a realtor there, "What's going on with the transaction?" And you were to say, I really don't know. Let me get hold of the loan officer. The loan officer will probably tell you, or the mortgage broker will probably tell you, it's not going well. Can you imagine when you go back and that's your answer to your client? Wrong answer, okay? You need to be able to answer the questions and tell them every single step of everything that's going on. So again, I'm not going to go into details with that because there are many other classes that you can watch. Just go to YouTube or Facebook. Remember, if you guys go to Facebook, hit like. If you go to YouTube, hit subscribe so you can see all the upcoming classes. Now, here we are. How to pre-qualify your clients, your buyers. Now, I don't want you guys to be mortgage brokers, and I don't want you guys to be loan officers. I don't even want you to go get your mortgage broker's license or anything like that. If you're going to be a specialist in one field. If you're going to be a realtor, be a realtor, not a loan officer. First of all, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be a specialist only on one line of work. But again, as a realtor, you need to know everything that's going on in the financial world. So let's take a look here. What are these loans that are available right now? These are the government loans. You've got conventional loans, you've got FHA, you've got VA loans, you've got home path loans. So what's the difference between a conventional loan and an FHA? Well, an FHA loan is insured. It's got mortgage insurance or PMI. So it's insured. If it's insured, okay, they all began conventional loans, but by the FHA loan being insured now, what does that do? That opens up the horizon that we can actually cater to more buyers. People who have lower credit scores or individuals who have irregular jobs. They probably bounced jobs in the last 2 years 3-4 times. Okay, FHA loans allow this. So FHA is a phenomenal, great loan. The rates are the same, just the flexibility of the client is a lot lenient. It's a very lenient loan to open up to help these first-time buyers. It's a phenomenal program, and especially with the rates being as low as they are right now, this is the great time to buy. A phenomenal time to buy. Right now, we are in a market where we have a shortage of inventory. Why? There are so many people that are buying from Central, South America, from Canada, from New York, from everywhere. They're buying here, and they're taking advantage of these low rates. These rates are beginning as low as 2.8, 3 1/4, 3 1/8. Guys, you want to ask my opinion? That's not interest rate. That's like free money. That is truly free money. Great time to buy because when the rates go back up, guess what's going to go up right alongside the rate? Your mortgage payment, your client's mortgage payment. So this is the time to purchase while the rates are low. The feds have phenomenal rates. They're helping our economy out enormously, if I may say. Okay. Portfolio loan. Portfolio loans are more for your self-employed, your tradesmen. These are for individuals that really their tax returns don't look very well. But it doesn't mean they can't buy a home. They could. They can use a 12-month bank statement, whether it's personal or corporate. And also, if they don't deposit a lot of money into their accounts, you can use an accountant's letter or a P&L. What's a P&L? Profit and loss. So that's all we need. It's just a letter from the accountant or your CPA. Hard equity lenders, private lenders, those are phenomenal as well too. These are people that have damaged credit scores. They've got, something is not right while they're fixing, whether it's their credit score, whether it's their employment, and they've got some money to put down, this is a collateral-based transaction, okay? They can still buy a house. It certainly beats paying rent, okay? Because if you're paying rent, you really can't, don't do any repairs to that home because it's not yours. Landlord's going to love you. You're throwing money away out the door. So here you're buying the home. You could always refinance it at any given point afterwards. Sometimes you'll find something as minimum as, with small loans like a 6-month prepayment penalty. But it takes you 6 months to fix whatever issues you might be having and just fix up the house. Sometimes you buy these foreclosures, these REO homes that they do not qualify for a conventional loan. They do not qualify for a FHA loan because the people have left these homes distressed. So once you make the repairs, you can go back and refinance it and just get a regular, 30-year fix with a very low interest rate. So there are so many benefits, which I'm not going to go into them today. Why? Because this is an advanced class. You're going to love this advanced. But go back and revisit us through YouTube and watch these classes where I truly go into complete details with this class here. So again, conventional loans, your FHAs, and there's 3 steps to pre-qualify a client. I'm going to show you guys what these 3 steps are as a realtor that you should be doing. You need to ask the clients about their credit. Find out what their credit scores are at. Once you find out what their credit scores are at, you've got an idea of where they're at, okay? Second, employment. Now, typically, for the FHA, conventional loans, and VA loans, they're mostly salary employees, W-2 employees. What is a W-2 for the ones that just got your license here with us? Okay, a W-2 is someone that works, for a company or so forth. So when they pay you, they pay the client every week or every 2 weeks. They take out what's called FICA, Social Security, and Medicaid. If they take this out, then they're a W-2 employee. Those are the prime candidates for these loans. Now, 1099s are self-employed. Some of them do qualify. How do you know if they qualify or they don't? Well, I'm going to give you guys a shortcut here. So before you send the client over to this banker, this loan officer, or this mortgage lender, why don't you take a look at their tax returns? You're going to see what they make gross. And I'm just going to use an example for this class of $80,000, okay? But if you go to page number 2 where it says taxable income, and every single line is numbered, I can't remember off the top of my head if it's line 23 or 25 or 27, but go to around there, 23, 25, or 27. It's going to say taxable income. What that is saying is tied to the IRS. Mr. IRS, Mrs. IRS, I make so much gross, but I've got so much expenses. This is all that I've got left over at the end of the year. So if you see that they only have $1,400, $8,000 at the end of the year, they don't qualify for this loan. So that doesn't mean they can't buy a house. We're going to go into a portfolio loan. Remember number 2, portfolio loan. Go again to one of our previous classes, and it's going to really educate you about this. I'm just going to go through it right now because we're not going to go into complete details on this here. Okay? Funds to close. How simple is that? Sir, ma'am, folks, how much money do you have for the purchase of this home? So now, what are the 2 factors that will determine the value of a home? It's very simple. The down payment money, the funds to close. Because if someone says to you, I only have $3,500, well, an FHA loan is 3.5% down. So 3.5% down of $100,000, that's $3,500. That's the maximum they can buy. It's a $100,000 property. But what if they have $7,000, $8,000? So it's 3.5% of $200,000. That's like $7,500. So if they've got $8,000, they have enough. Now, how do we structure that? Well, go into one of our classes again, Partnership Realty, and how to fill out an as-is contract. And it's going to show you, because not only is the down payment that you need when you're going to buy a house, whoever's going to buy a house, they have closing costs. In that closing cost, they have a homeowner's insurance. They have an appraisal. They have surveys. They have inspection, 4 points, wind mitigations. And you guys need to know all of that. And today's class is not on how to fill out an as-is contract. Go back to YouTube, go Partnership Realty, and put in how to fill out an as-is contract, and you're going to learn it. Guys, to become a realtor, and a realtor is a career. A realtor is for the remainder of our life. We're going to be doing a class that's going to be coming up. Actually, it's not a class. It's more of a testimonial. You guys are going to love that. You have to follow on this here. So make sure you hit like and make sure you hit subscribe, because I cannot tell you how many individuals have come from like very low paying income jobs. They've left this job and now they are realtors and they're making great money, phenomenal money. Because you guys know very well, the ones that got your license, why did you get that license? Well, we want to help our community. That's true. Okay? But we also want to make a great living. So it's working smarter, not harder. Okay? I can't tell you how many ladies have been, housewives. They've been at home taking care of their kids. Now their kids have grown up, and they certainly don't want to be at home anymore. So now what do they want to do? They want to get this career. This career is for life. By going to school for 1 week, you're going to get your license, your local license, and you'll get your state license by DBPR and the Division of Real Estate, the Real Estate Commission, correct? And now you've got a career where you can, even if you do it as a part-time job, you're making 40, 50, 60,000. Well, we have no limit on how much money we can make, $250,000, $500,000, over $1 million. It's up to you where you set your limits. And then you need an office like ours that will give you the support, the technology. We've got the lenders here. We've got the title companies here. We've got the transaction coordinators here. You've got my broker support 7 days a week. If you guys can't get a hold of me because I'm either in a meeting, a training, or an appointment, text me. I always answer all my calls back 7 days a week. And I get people that call me from all Central America, South America. They call me from Toronto, Canada. I've got one of my great friends over there, Sima Fisher. I hope you're watching. How are you? I hope you're doing great, Sima. She calls me all the time. So Sima and I talk just like if you were calling me from next door, So, the broker support, I can see anything that you want me to see, whether it's a counter offer, whether it's an offer, right before you're ready to submit the offer. Then you've got managerial support. You've got phenomenal managers in our office. We've got one phenomenal manager sitting right to the right of me right now here, Guillermo Martinez. With the experience that he's got, very few managers have the experience that this gentleman has. He's going to be able to answer every single question, whether it has got to do with a commercial transaction, whether it's a residential, whether it's a foreign national, vacant land. It doesn't matter. We're prepared. This office is completely prepared with technology and office support. We've got everything that you guys need. But let's go back to our main class here. Again, 50% of your success is going to come from the financial world. 48% is just, I want you guys to be you. I want you to be yourself. You don't have to be a fast talker. I'm talking fast now because I guess I'm doing this class. But truly, you don't. You just have to be you. Honest, sincere, transparent, helpful. Oh my God, and you're going to make money? Are you kidding me? Where do I sign? This line of work was made for me. The more honest I am, the more truthful I am, the more sincere, the more helpful. Are you kidding? And we make a great career. We have a career for life. You don't have a boss telling you what time you got to come in, what time you got to leave. You're spending time with your children, with your loved one, with your pets, with your partner. Oh, real estate has been made for me from the beginning. That's why I've been doing it 32 years. Okay. We're going to skip through all this because this is all in your other classes. So if you want to, we're going to skip through all of this here. I'm going to show you guys, we're going to close this out. I'm going to show you guys how you can pre-qualify a client, okay, and how simple it is with, you really don't even need a calculator, okay. So I'm going to show you guys, if you want to, just put another image up there here. Just change the image right there, and just close it out, and just grab me an image there. And I'm going to actually show you guys here on what you've got to do, how simple and how easy it is to pre-qualify a client, okay? And then being in control of your transaction. So let's use an example here. So look how simple this is. You can actually do this. You can actually do this on a piece of paper, okay, just a scratch piece of paper that you've got lying around at home on a napkin. If you don't have a piece of paper next to you, just use a napkin. All you need is a pen or a pencil. So watch this. I'm going to ask my client 3 things. 1, 2, 3. Credit, okay, job, and down payment. How much money do they have? Funds to close, okay? So first of all, I'm going to ask the client, sir, ma'am, folks, where's your credit score at? Everybody usually knows where their scores are at. So if they give you an example, let's say we're using 2 individuals here, okay? And one says, my score, it's at 640. And, my partner's score is at 680, 720, whatever the case may be. Guess what Ishmael's going to do to this little scratched piece of paper? Check mark. Now I need 2 more check marks to understand and know that I've got a really good bona fide, good buyer, okay, that I can now send this buyer over to that loan officer or to that mortgage broker, okay? You don't want to send people to them that, they don't qualify. You need to pre-qualify them yourself. And I don't need to pull their credit. I do not need to see their tax returns. And I don't need to see their pay stubs or their bank statements. All I've got to do is ask 3 simple questions over the phone or if they're sitting at our office. So I already know that they have a 640 and 680. People usually know where their scores are at. And they're very proud to tell you, I've got a 720, I've got a 750, I've got an 800 score. Phenomenal check mark. What if someone says to you, I really don't know? Well, that's like a red flag. That's automatically telling you that their score is not good. But we're not going to get into details on that one today. Let's talk about the job, okay? Any of our conventional and FHA loans requires 2 years of employment. So let's start out with the first person and ask them, how long have you been on your job? Well, I've been on my job for 3 years. Awesome. Check mark on that. So are you a W-2 or a 1099? I'm actually a W-2. I'm leaving that check mark right there. Okay? So I'm going to ask the other individual, how long have you been on your job? Well, I've been on my job for 5 years. Awesome. Are you a W-2 or a 1099? I'm actually a W-2. Check mark on that one. Okay? Then I'm going to ask them, how much do they make between the both of them? So let's say we have a combined income between the both of $48,000. So if we add up what they make gross per year, and it's $48,000, that's what we're going to work with. And Ishmael's going to put a check mark here. I'm going to go to the last one. Look at this advanced class. Do you guys enjoy this class right now? How easy is this? We don't need to know, we don't need to go banking and finance class. We don't need to get our mortgage, not that you want to. I mean, I tip my head off to our loan officers, to our underwriters, to our, everybody involved in the financial world. I tip my hat off to them because they really work hard. They really, truly work hard for our clients. They do a phenomenal job. I don't want that stress, So, but I do need to know that my clients do qualify, okay, before I send them over. So I've got 2 check marks already, and I've got a 3rd check mark that is required, and I need it, okay? Sir, ma'am, how much money do you have for the purchase of this home? So let's just use an example that they have $8,000. Again, do you guys remember a little earlier that I told you guys there are 2 factors that is going to determine the value of this home? Which ones do you think they are? Well, it's going to be the income. Oh, I forgot to put the check mark. Give me a sec. Check mark on this one. I've got a good client here. Phenomenal client. Okay? So, this is one here. Okay? Because 3% down, conventional loans now have 3% down. So, the down payment money is going to determine how much they can actually buy. FHA is 3.5%, and we were talking about FHA earlier. So 3.5%, again, is $7,500 on a $2,000. Just give me an example without a calculator, because you really don't need to know the specific, down to the penny. You don't need that. All you need is a ballpark. Once you've got a ballpark, that's all we need. We are not the banking specialists. Let the bankers do their job. We just need to know a roundabout, and we'll take it from there. Okay? So $8,000 that they've got, I already know they can purchase up to a $225,000 home. So right now, $225,000. I got to do the math on that. Is that pretty accurate on 225? Let's do that. 225,000. Darn it. 225. 3.5% comes out to $7,875. So $225,000 would that $8,000 tells you that they can buy up to $225,000 or maybe $230,000. Okay? What is the second factor that will determine the value of a home? Well, of course, their gross monthly income. So now we've got $48,000 that we're working with. So let's see if that $48,000 will turn around and qualify for a $225,000 home. So now we've got everything here that we need, and we're going to erase it because now we're going to work with the income. Let me show you this. All right. So we've got $48,000 that we're working with. You're going to take that $48,000 and divide it by 12 months that there is in a year. So I'm horrible at math without a calculator, but that should come out to $4,000 monthly. That is the monthly income. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take that $4,000 and we're going to divide that by 2. That's 50%. Those are called ratios, okay? Debt to income ratios. The debt divided by the income is going to give you a ratio. So if we divide, and this is just an example here. They can make more, they can make less, okay? But if we divide the 4,000 by 2, that's going to give us $2,000, okay? That's going to give us $2,000. So watch this. The $2,000, all that we have to do now is remove the revolving credit. Okay, what is revolving credit? You guys can watch any of our previous classes again, and we go into revolving credit, thoroughly, completely thorough. Now, the revolving credit means only what's on your credit report, what the credit agencies are reporting. So we are not interested in what you pay in gas, what the client pays in gas, what their food bill is, what their FP&L bill is, what their water bill is, what their phone bill is. No, we only care about if they have car payments, revolving credit cards, student loans. We're just going to use an example. You want to ask them a question. Tell me about your debts. How many credit cards do you owe money on? Because if you have some credit cards and they're at zero balance, you can't count those. You only count the ones. That do have debts on them. So why don't we do that? Why don't we do this here? We're going to clean this up for you guys. Remember, we're working with $2,000. We're working with $2,000. So let's put the $2,000 here, because that is half of their monthly income of $4,000 gross. Now, I want to find out, do they have a car loan? Or do they have 2 car loans? Or have they signed for helping a family member? Have they co-signed for someone? In many cases, you talk to your lender, and the lender can actually remove, depending on how everything is structured, they can remove that co-signer if the other family member is making the payments for it, they can remove that from their credit report. But let's say that, you know, the car loan, they might have a car loan of $280 per month. One thing that I have realized in my entire career, people who make moderate income do not go out and get, you know, a $1,500, $1,200 car loan payment. They don't. They have very moderate car loans. Nowadays, dear Lord, you can get these leases that are out there, $150 a month, $140 a month. Are you kidding me? Brand new cars, phenomenal. So let's just use a car loan of $280 per month. So let's talk about the first credit card that they have a payment on. Let's say that they owe $400 on a credit card. We want to know what the minimum payment is, and let's just use $25. That happens to be a 5 there, by the way. So let's fix that so it's a little bit, you can understand it a little bit better. $25. Ask them how many credit cards they owe money on. So let's just use, for example, here, 3 credit cards. They have another credit card that they probably owe $800 on it, and that could be $50 per month. We need to know the minimum, not how much they pay every month, just the minimum required. So now they have another credit card. And let's say that they owe probably, I don't know, $1,200 on that one. So that one could be $85 a month. So let's do this. I am horrible at math. And let's add the car loan. And guys, before we add all this here, Guillermo, can you add that for a second? Okay, but before we add all this, ask them if they have any student loans, okay, and child support too. Or if they're receiving child support, because that could also be an income as well too. Or alimony, something like that. But if they have student loans and these student loans are deferred, even though they're not making payments on them right now, they still have to be counted in as a debt. Okay? So let's add the car loan. Let's just pretend this person here has absolutely no student loans. So we've got the car loan. We've got 3 credit cards. What does that give us? $440 in debt of revolving credit. So what are we going to do with that? We're going to come here. We're going to come here. And this is the revolving credit. And we're going to minus $440 from $2,000. We've got left over $1,560. Is that right? Perfect. Here's your housing payment, guys. Look at this math, how easy it is. There's your housing payment. This is what the client qualifies for. Now, understand this here. Principal and interest is in there. The taxes must be accounted for in there as well, too. The insurance and the mortgage insurance. Remember the PIT, P-I-T-I? It's all there. $1,560. You guys don't need, I'm referring to realtors here. You guys don't need to be loan experts, but boy, do you really need to know what you're doing. Okay? This is a very, very simple class. It was a very easy class to understand. The great thing about this stays recorded in YouTube. You can watch this 3, 4, 5 times until you're very comfortable with the math. And I'll tell you guys what to do. Use different examples. Don't just use 48,000. Use an example of, say, 22,000 divided by 12 is going to give you the monthly income. Divide that by 2, and let's say, for example, if it's $1,600 a month that they're making a month, they don't qualify. Because $1,600, if you take $1,600 and you take out the revolving debt that they owe, they might have an $800 left over to buy a home. At least here in Florida, $800, boy, there's not too many payments you can buy with $800. We might have to go out to the country where I'm from. I'm from Moorhaven, other side of Lake Okeechobee, from the Glades area. So, not even in the Glades area. I apologize. We're not going to find a home for $800 a month. But again, that's how you do the math to calculate, what the payment is going to come out to. And this is how you pre-qualify somebody without pulling their credit. Not that you guys have access to pulling their credit, but you don't have to see their tax returns. You don't have to see their pay stubs. You don't have to see their bank statements. Let the lender get all of that documentation. But now you guys have a good general idea. Please keep in mind, we're a partnership realty. We've been around for 22 years. We're actually doing everything right to help our realtors to become the most successful realtors in the entire state of Florida. So we've been doing something right for the last 22 years. Our broker support is 7 days a week. You can count on us. I don't answer the phone, it's because I'm in a training like this here. I'm either at an appointment or a meeting, but do text me. I answer calls up to 9 o'clock at night, and so does all of our office managers. You've got the broker support, you've got the office support, you've got the technology. Follow us anywhere, and we cover from Central Florida all the way down to the Keys, all the way down to the West Coast, which is a lovely, lovely area. Thank you for being with us. I'm Ismael Alvarez, the broker of Partnership Realty. It is a pleasure having you guys. Keep following us and be more educated and make more money. Take care.